little baby Bob. It's almost summertime. Are you ready? You don't know how to swim? Do you want to learn how to swim? Do you plan on maybe perhaps learning how to swim? Because we're at the beach right now and it looks really comfortable in your little chair thing. Don't you want to splash in the water? Oh, look at you. You learned how to swim. Okay, there's a shark in the water. You can't beat it up. It's a shark. Yeah, but you can't eat it. It's like 2 times bigger than you are. Okay, if you want to beat it up, you can beat it up. But like I'm telling you, it's like 2 times the size of you right now. You want to go build sandcastles? Wow, look at this sandcastle. This one's pretty big. Did you build this one? Wow, look at that. Are you the king of the castle? Is that your little friend? That's not your friend? You want to play on the slide because it's summer? Wow, look at that. You had a lot of fun. What's this? It's a tube. You want to go inside the tube? All right, let's go inside the tube. Wow, look at you. You went inside the tube. All right, so this is the water, all right? So you ready to swim? All right, let's go. See, look, I know how to swim. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, sorry, Bob. I didn't know you didn't know how to swim. You sunk right to the bottom. Okay, well, let's not do that again, okay? All right. Let's try to maybe put you right about there. See, now you got your little tentacle in the water. Do you like that one? Wow. So what do you guys have planned for this summer? Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. So as you guys already know, this chest gives you a great amount of items, but what are you doing with the specifics of these items once they're done and broken? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and let my pets break this because of the fact of the loot that drops out of it. Now, this is relatively important just for the fact of what comes out of it. So if you guys already knew this, and it's already been I don't know, 4 days, I think, since this update recently came out. So you guys should already hopefully know what drops out of this and what we're going to be doing, so you guys can hopefully make a lot of gems for the next update. So the game updates every Saturday, and I'm hoping that we're going to get something really awesome that extends what we currently have right now. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys, you might have to prepare just in case if we have something that might be a little bit more tougher than the thing that we have here. So let's go ahead and break this and we'll get back to the rest of the video. All right, so do you see all of that loot that just dropped out of this box? Okay, now what we're going to be doing is paying attention to all of those enchants that just blasted out of that chest, okay? This is really, really important, all right? So for starters, you need to make sure that you are at least level 80. This is only going to be applicable if you are high enough level to do this. Unfortunately, this is not going to be applicable for any newer players in the game. Obviously, if you are able to go into the last area and break the chest and accumulate as much as possible, that would be amazing because then you can get your mastery up. But for others out there that are kind of wondering how are you able to basically make millions and millions of gems, this is a method that I have been doing for the past day and a half now. So previously, I spent a good 600 to 700 million gems over the past weekend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm broke. So I went out into the trade hub, and I decided it was a really good idea to craft as many cheap books as possible that I could see that I did not make a huge loss. And this is what I've been doing. So we're going to step over to the little supercomputer over here, and we are actually going to go to the upgrade enchant. Now, the only thing that I would really highly recommend is not upgrading your books from the bottom up here, right? Unless you have a lot of gems that you're willing to sacrifice, but I believe even if you do this, you might take a hit and you actually might lose gems. So what I've been doing is I've been upgrading my treasure here and my treasure here. So as you can tell, it costs about 1 million and it's a barely under 2 million gems, right? But if I were to look at the amount of gems I could make by upgrading these, I don't take that much of a loss, and if anything, it is a increase on what I could possibly make. This costs 600,000 gems to upgrade, and then obviously it costs what? These are 842,000 each, which again is not a loss on my part. So what I've been doing is I've actually been selling my enchants for literally wrap. So obviously every 4 hours, everything is going to update and prices might change. So it looks like not many of these items did change, and I do notice that some of the enchants go up and down in value, so kind of pay attention to that. But if you are able to sell this for wrap, or even just very slightly under wrap, you will make a lot of gems. Now, this has been combating with the fact that I don't necessarily need to sell any of my huge pets, because obviously, like I said before, I was taking a major hit on everything that I was doing. So the enchants that I have been noticing that have been selling relatively easy are treasure hunter ones, strong pets, and criticals with the occasional lucky eggs here and there and the occasional diamonds. Now, I know for a fact that these two books are a little bit more harder to create because they are not as common as the other books that you're able to craft, but you are able to still craft them. Now, I wouldn't really go out and sell diamonds or lucky eggs because you never know if the game is ever going to have you have new books, if that makes sense. The other one that I do notice that still sells relatively good is coins. So coins and tap power. Now, this is only because of the fact that I believe that these are used in your potion making over here. So if you want to take a look at that, I believe, where is that? The EXP potion section. So the coin books are still used for this section here. And the tap power is also used for this section here. So these books, no matter what, they will still be utilized either way. So that'll totally be up to you if you want to sell the Mastery XP potion or the Ultimate potion. I would find that actually selling your supplies for this would be a lot more time efficient because you do have to put gems and you do have to put the values of the items into it. So I find that now it's not really worth to make these to resell because there's no new mastery system that is going to apply to this. The other thing that I have been selling in order to combat the whole system of me not being able to like touch my pets and stuff are supplies. Literally, supplies are in demand. Now, which supplies would you consider in demand? I've been selling piñatas. Now, keep this in mind, is if you have a bunch of these, it is better to break them. But because I am lazy and I cannot be bothered to do it, I've been selling them. So I sell them for quick gems rather than going out into, obviously, the void world and breaking them and getting little gift bags, because eventually you do need to get leveled up to an extent to where your gift mastery is high enough to get really good things. But, you know, it's either or. It's totally optional. If you want to sell piñatas, you can benefit them a lot more than just selling them, but because I just don't feel like doing it, I've just been selling them. The other thing is, if your gift mastery is high enough, you can open up your charm stone. Now, I've gone through perhaps maybe 2,000 to 3,000 charm stones, and I've gotten a great amount of overlord charms and royalty charms to just basically sell out of. And I want to say that gave me at least around 300 million gems at the minimum. I want to say at the minimum because I don't remember how many in valuation that I had, but that did give me a good boost. Another one is your keys. Keys have been selling, and honestly, it's so hard to say which ones have been selling more than the other. I know not that many people are looking for secret keys all that much. People are buying void keys, but I like those. Tech keys are always in demand just because of the fact that you can make potions and get HUGES, and it's not as tedious as the secret key one, which you have to go in and out constant. So your AFK keys is what I would like to call these, are always going to be in demand, and they always do sell. So if you just tend to get a bunch of these, hoard them and save them, and you might have somebody who might want to buy them in bulk, and you will make millions of gems doing so. Now, I haven't had the chance to sell my spinny wheel tickets yet, but I should probably do that here soon because I'm getting a lot, so I want to do that. Diamond seed plants, surprisingly, I have been seeing them sell, but I have been seeing them sell under wrap. So it's kind of hard to say if people are still wanting these or if they're paying attention to something else, aka the last area. I think it would be a really good idea if Pet Simulator 99 brought this, like the little farming section, into major update areas. That way people can find a reason to rebuy these and utilize all the diamond seed plants, or even the potion plant seeds, or even the coin ones, even the gift plant ones, to be honest. I think if they were to add each one in each little major area, such as like the void world, tech world, I think if they have like these utilizations for these certain items, then the demand would be a little bit more higher. But because of the fact that we're not able to have these in the areas that we want them to be, they're not in as much of a high demand right now. So let's see how many we sold so far. All right, so it looks like some people are buying some of the pet surges and the arcade tokens and the lucky eggs potion that I have up there for sale, which is I believe this tier, because I don't want to upgrade it because I'll lose gems this way. So I'm letting them buy as this one right here. So obviously I have 492 and that's worth 8 million or 18 million gems rather than the 4 million right over here. So that's the way I'm just doing it, because I don't feel like spending gems to upgrade them. So yeah, this is what I've been doing for the past few days now. And to be quite honest, I've made back all my gems from when I did Doomsday on Saturday, and basically all the huges that I've given out and spent basically. So this is what I have been doing. This may or may not work for everybody, but if you are low on gems and you have a bunch of supplies that you don't necessarily care or need, then I would highly suggest coming out into the trade hub, putting some things up for sale. Even if it is under just slightly wrapped, you still will make millions and millions and millions of gems. So that way you do not need to touch your huge pets, because I know not everybody wants to sell huge pets. Not everybody wants to sell exclusives. Everybody wants to hold on to these as long as possible, and I don't blame you. So let me know some methods that you guys have been doing in the trade hub, selling items, and what you have been doing in order to combat gem loss. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everybody!